4 consecutive weeks of racing. Man, we're spoiling you guys. But anyways, we're here in Korea, specifically in Yeongnam in Jeolla province, that is, for a race under sunny skies here in the Zako series. Anyways, welcome everyone to round 2 of the Hololive GT3 Japan Zako series, where we'll be racing in the Yeongnam 400 coming right up for the Zako drivers. So anyways, I take a look into the Yeongnam circuit, track like 5.6 kilometers, one of the longer ones in the schedule, which it is actually the second longest out of the 4 Suyo races. I mean, the 4 Suyo Zako races coming right up, 18 corners in total, 36 laps of racing. And we're gonna talk a lap time. We might see a 2:10.482, although we might see a 2:09 actually come by. It should be the last international race for the Hololive GT3 series era, and by that I mean that Hololive GT3 after 2025 will move into a invitational race type of basis and will no longer be competed as a full championship. And also a bit of a fun fact, since this is Korea and Kanade has mentioned about this, this is actually her home race also, because she said that she was in Korea until 2023, which explains things. But yeah, this is another fun fact to talk about. But of course, we won't be seeing the Kanade car until, well, tomorrow, that is. Let's take a look into the Zako standings after Sepang, where we got to see Crystal Selman take an amazing win for Aski, grabbing his third for the Pioneers. Masaraido actually had a very convincing run in second place in the Todoroki Hajime number 82, followed by Isekai Jimiko left in the Sakaramiko number 35. Jeff Rohan 4th, Alex Grant 5th, and of course we no longer have Kizuhara Leo for Hololive GT3 after we have decided to retire all the Xi'an cars, so that only leaves us with 17 drivers left in the series. Jay Goodwin, meanwhile, is in 6th place, Hofumi 7th. 8th place, Fumi in the green number 36. Antara 9th for Okayu. And 10th place goes to Jakuzinski for Choco. And then down in the bottom, the rest of the Lexus cars, the Mashnav, Gibbons, with the exception of Raymark Rosales in a Flare number 20, and Shongoni Aston. And then Hoshino Rio, Cashew, Lexibo, and Go, and Kaminari Reba make up the final drivers in the championship standings. Alright, so that out of the way, we are just gonna check if everything is done right, and looks like we are gonna do a few things right, as there's actually a pretty big gap between the fastest drivers. Anyways, we do have noted that there might be some issues with the nationalities, and also we need to reload the textures because there were issues with the texturing in some of these cars. So we will update this right here. So anyways, my name is Mamashaji Riza in the commentary booth. And right now we are just gonna go for another solo commentary thing. I've been getting way too used to this. As we are now going to, I believe it is still 34 laps. Let me just double check. Just to make sure the lap counters are correct. Because I don't think we changed this away from Sugo. Let me just check back, and no, it is actually 36 laps. So we are just going to do some slight adjustments and also extend the qualifying session to 10 minutes because we are just going to race. Anyways, the clock has just struck 9 and we've just started loading the circuit, so might want to take a while before we actually start the session. And by a while, I mean just a few seconds as the cars finally get themselves loaded up for qualifying. It's funny how you think about the mentality for these drivers as they no longer compete in Hololive GT3's championship due to issues. So, and by the way, we are just going to get ourselves back running on the track. We got the first cars out on track, first of which being Chemflummi, and the screen's now back on. Chemflummi hasn't been able to replicate the success in this series since 2022, and right now he just wants to make the numbers. And as you can see here, Chemflummi just chilling in that number 1 car, or rather used to be the number 1 car, but it's now number 36 for Tokinosora. And also Taro also having great run so far, and if we're looking at terminal lap time, we are only seeing 2:12s. So like it or not, we're gonna have to deal with a pretty long race. Also, Callum Gibbons hasn't had the best season since 2023. Missed the CO by a tiebreaker in 2024. And was a victim of Lexus's declining performances in 2025. Shungo, meanwhile, went from being a Zako Series champion, driving a Lexus, driving a concept car, and he went from that to languishing in the back of the field, even in the Zako. He's definitely not used to this position go. Time will tell if he will be able to get back to his winning ways once again. Last one in 2024 when he had a string of wins in the Zako. Skazinski, who haven't tasted a lot of success as far as wins are considered since 2022, but he has been there. He has been there. So, and he was a regular mainstay on the podium, so that is also another thing to look into. And here's another driver that might think that he might just be able to break through this season. Masaraido for Todoroki Hajime in car number 82. Racing for the Reglass driver, he is gonna try to bring something to the table as we are going to complete the lap here in Yeongnam. So we are gonna get our onboards ready as he's about to cross the line. Finish line and looking at UDI. As we're not coming to turn 17. A bit of a lift off here and then flat out between turn 17 and 18 to start the lap here in Yeongnam. And then breaking the turn 1, used the curb as a decent braking zone, and then turn 2 flat for this long back straight section. Exiting turn 1, absolutely crucial. We got a great run here as this is the longest straight in the circuit, overtaking opportunities afoot. Coming into almost the top speed here. Brake as you come into the curves here before the 100-meter mark. First gear as you come to a pretty slow corner. And then another decently length straight after turn 3. Good exit is crucial, and then into a tight and twisty section. Turns 4, 5, and 6. Might want to hang it around in first gear. Second gear if you're feeling fancy. Downshift back to first gear to turn 5, and then another first gear corner in turn 6, and then you might want to go full beans on this one as you come into a very interesting S section. Turn 7, and then turn 8 on one of the left-hand corners here, and then turn 9. Might need to really lift off there around the third gear. You can take that corner, then another low-speed corner, turn 10, and then you have this long double apex left-hander in as turn 11. So you might want to think of having a later apex, but then there's an immediate corner coming up, so you might want to think of another approach. Gear there, Turn 13, a technically fast corner, but it can deceive you, so you might need to watch out. Third gear is the recommended gear for this one. Turn 14, right-hander, downshift to second, and then another slow corner. Turn 15, hits the car way too hard, almost lost the guard, and then almost flat out there in turn 16 as he has to lift at turn 17 and then go back on the throttle when you come into turn 18. And that will be a lap here in Yeongnam. And it's Masaraido currently setting at 213.929. And here's the driver with a surprise package. Shango 212, 259. I don't think anyone's going to be reaching the lifetime targets anytime soon, but he has been pretty good as he now places the Aston Martin themed after Ichiro Hirikawa's regloss uniform. He's now currently in the pole position spot, so there's still hope left for Go to salvage something in this Zako season after a lackluster showing in Sepang. Salman, the defending race winner, will only be good enough for 8th place in that number 12 Honda. Kamereba looking for revivals as he's now going to cross the line. He only is able to set 13th, which actually got me thinking though, how is he going to make the flight though? I almost forgot about logistics though. I might think of actually delaying the Mugello race. I'm not sure because Riba has also, we actually forgot that Riba has a GTR with a number 35 on the car. If it's Sakura Miko, well, if Sakura Miko used a vest top instead of a corset top, then that will be the case. And this is the Sakura Miko entry we're talking about, and this car actually uses car number 35. Alright, I think we might just want to try to book a fighter jet for this one. And here's Isakaji Mikolev now. Just Mikolev already going back to the pit and looking into the top 3. Masaraido is in second, continuing his great form. So right now it is the regloss show in the Zako series at the moment. Chris Salman has improved. He now gets up into 7th place. Yeah. So Costa Salman is just going to finish his lap. Or he's not going to really finish his lap, but we'll be seeing if there are any drivers who will be improving, and also we will be taking a look into the rest of the field. And by rest of the field, I mean Hoshizuna Ryo currently running in 17th right now, not having a great run so far. Jeff Rohan also, who have been able to speak, have his Oshi be able to speak Korean. By that I mean Tokoyami Toa being able to speak Korean. Really stuck behind, in a rut. They now go to the fast SS section, being pretty slow. Meanwhile, looking into the rest of the field, Lexi Bowen currently inside top 10, Cal Gibbons top 9. Nissan now currently might think of dominating the show, but they need to think about beating the regloss drivers Shango and Masaraido. Last laps coming up, and we're looking into a few more drivers who will be crossing the line. Masaraido will be finishing his run as he will go pole position 2:11.593 for the Bancho. Masaraido hasn't been seeing a lot of success in aero competitions lately, but right now there might be something. Lexi Bowen completes her run in qualifying. Vlasa Damashev improves to get himself into 12th. The other drivers who might complete their laps, which is on a Rio, might see no improvement. Rohan, no improvement. Same goes for Mohamed Cashew. Another driver looking to cross the line. That's Krista Salman. And there might be some improvement, but he will stay 7th. Kamnai Ripa, looks like there might be a decision to delay the Mugello SP to allow for allow Ripa to get back on the track. I wouldn't really think this through. And then looking into the rest of the field, we are just going to check Hofumi, who is currently qualifying in 4th. Got the last 2 drivers currently about to finish their runs. Fumi, will it be a decent exit? Will it be something of note? 4th will be for Hofumi, as we have one last car in, Masaraido, and he is gaining even more time. So we are going to be seeing a monster drive from Masaraido possibly coming up in the race for the Bancho, who will mount his title credentials in the right way. Ooh. By the way, no GTR number 35, we have a 35 NSX. Anyways, Masaraido will cross the line, and it will be a possibly 210. Oh, no improvements. 211,593. Oh wait, there is 210,996 for Masaraido, almost reaching our lap time target. And what a spread we have here in qualifying. I mean, it's a long racetrack, so what are we expecting? But anyways, congratulations for Masaraido for his pole position. It was a very, very great race. So we are just going to essentially get ourselves ready for this race. Anyways, don't mind the Emirates logos. It comes with the track mod. Anyways, let's take a look into the starting lineup here, specifically in the qualifying session here. So we'd like to congratulate Masaraido for qualifying his Todoroki Hajime number 82 on pole position with a blistering lap time of a 210.996. Shango qualifies second for Ichiro Rika to make it a regloss 1-2. Alcin Tanara, the first non-regloss car, he will start third for Nekomata Kayu. Hofumi fourth for Sora. Tsushiro Flair starts fifth with Raymond Rosales behind the helm. And then under the helm, that is, Alex Grant starts sixth for Lamy with 7th place Crystal Solomon. Aski. Sakajima left 8th for Sakarmika with 9th place Kaminai Riba. For Shishiro Botan, looks like the race might be delayed by a few hours. Roboko starts 10th with, by virtue of Calum Gibbons behind the wheel. Lexi Bowen 11th for Shirogane Noel. 12th place Jay Goodwin for Okami Mio. We have Aussie 10, 11, 12, and then 13th place Aki Rose. With Vlasa Damashev in 13th. Kaczynski starts 14th in the Choco number 74. And the last driver inside the points right now, Mohamed Kashi for Tsunamaki Watame. He will start 15th. Jeff Rohan will start 16th for Tokyo Toa. And last on the grid is Hoshizano Ryo for Nakiri Ayame. We got an interesting race on our hands. Cars lined up on the grid as we're about to finally throw the green here. And it's going to be Masaraido on pole position. And then we got Shongo alongside him in second. The Yeongnam 400 Zako series race gets underway. The first of 36 laps get us rolling. And that's a great start from Masaraido. and Shango not far behind as they're gonna go side by side this time, and Tanara will hang around the outside. There's contact between the two Nissans. There's infighting between the two. So Chemflummi takes back third, and Tanara also has received damage. It's Chemflummi up in third place. Meanwhile, still leads Shango second, Fui third, and Tanara fourth. About to be under pressure from Raymond Rosales, who will make his move into fifth place. Sixth place will be Alex Gwen. Overtakes Galore Salman 7. Kamera Riba 8th. Sakaji Micallef 9th. They're in a battle between each other at the moment. In 10th place, Cal Gibbons. Already we have a stalking start for these drivers. Masaraido now leads the field by 2.7 seconds. Go now leads the field by 2 seconds. That just shows you the amount of pace that the Regloss cars have right now, and almost making contact. That is Kamina Reba to Sakaji Micallef. And Kamina Reba, meanwhile, is the best Lexus driver. He will be looking for his first points in the Zako campaign, as he is trying to get ever closer. Just gonna check again the situation here. Masaraido now leads the field by 3 seconds, and right now he has a super fast BMW behind the helm that feels like a Countach, all things considered. To be fair, the Countach is a mid-engine car, not a front-engine car, but it does have its sportiness. Meanwhile, Callum Gibbons against Lexi Bowen. This is a rivalry that we haven't seen in a while. Also, don't mind the incorrect helmet. That's because Lexi forgot her helmet. She had to borrow it from the locker. But back to her helmet. Who was the driver for Renault? Meanwhile, as we're looking into the far cams, we're looking at the Moshev and Kaczynski now trading both between each other. Kaczynski now down the inside of the Moshev and now trying to make a move against Jake Goodwin. Hits the car way too hard, and that might give him pressure. And right now they're still side by side into turn 4 and almost making contact with both of them. And they're gonna do it again. Nearly making contact. And that's gonna be Vlasa the Moshev taking ahead, but not before Hoshino Rio is making a climb up. He's now up to 14th now. And now as we are continuing on in the race, we are just going to see how it essentially goes from here. Lap 2 of this race still progressing, and Mashango have now built the gap to 4.7 seconds. Still don't know about the pit stops or something, as he now says a 2:13.119, fastest lap of the race. Everyone is able. Else says a 2:14. Fumi might just be able to match it, but he's gonna try to make a move. But you see Fumi trying to use the straight line speed of that Nissan, trying to catch up, and that's Sakaji Micallef gets spun round. And that's possibly the first retirement of this race. Car number 35 might try to go back. Looks like he might just be able to go back. It's gonna be a bit slow there from the 35, but I think Mikolev has not been able to go back. There's too much time spent out, and he will retire. If you want to know what happened to Mikolev, this is what happened. Scratchy Mikolev trying to make a move against Crystal Salman. Going way too deep, hit the curb, hit the side of Salman, and that is his race over. The first retirement of this race comes from the elite driver, who unfortunately for him hasn't been there so far. Good time to update. Not something to look forward to for the third place driver currently in the standings. And right now we are just checking about the rest of the field. If Jeff Rohan currently is still running in this race in 16th, trying to catch his own. Trying to catch his own Gen 4 teammate. Masaraido continuing to build an amazing gap to the rest of the field. 6 seconds now separate Shango and Masaraido. Masaraido really coming up on his own. And you see here Jeff Rohan trying to find something against Cashew and later Kaczynski. Taking pushes on Rios now moved up to 13th as a result of meanwhile we got Jeff Rohan now trying to make a move against Mohamed Cashew. As at the certain turnaround, now tries his luck to get himself back into third place. Though we still don't have race wheel monitor, as Ataro nearly has been able to get the move done against Hofumi. So Ataro will have to try again. Meanwhile, we got Alison Tannerod trying to chase the rest of the field here. Hopefully, currently running in third place. Shango now has been able to catch up to Masaraido. So Shango might actually cause trouble to Hofumi, who is currently in third place. At Masaraido, he will be thanking his Regloss teammate for giving him a lot of support. As Go continues to make his way around the field. That's a fast slot to 11.255. No one else has been and this means that Masaraido is currently on a charge right now, setting 3 seconds a lap faster actually to the this has been a very good, what do you call it, a very good run there from Masaraido with a very quick car. Hofumi now this time is gonna try to make a move against Shango as he now tries to make his way into second. Shango tries to defend, but remember the line might be advantageous for the Nissan, but it looks like Shango might just be able to fight back here as they both try to struggle for position, and it looks to me that Hofumi is now the clear victor here after a very competitive tussle between the two. And now, oh no, there's lots of the Mashnev, our next driver out of the race, and it looks like he's made contact at turn 6. What has happened here? We already have 2 retirements. Fortunately, they're not all freak accidents. Here's what happened. The Mashnev going down the inside against Jake Goodwin. Oh, made nearly contact between the two, and here's the difference between Shango and Hofumi. As you can see here, Tomato made a very late dive here and misjudged the corner and has decided to hit the curbs. Went into the side of Goodwin, who have now received damage, and the Mashev will be the next retirement. So both these, both the Mashev and Mikolev's cases are actually pretty similar. So this means that when you think about it, the Mashev and Mikolev have tried to make a move on the from the back, and as a result, they have retired from the race. So no penalty to be given to them, as they were the aggressors and they were being dished out essentially the penalizing for not being able to continue in this race. Right now, Alcantara will need to try again against Shango, but the move just isn't been on. And as you can see here, Antara tries to get closer to Shango right now. We now have 15 cars remaining in the race. And that is a very poor exit from Shango as he's now under pressure. Alcantara, and this time they will go side by side as they now go into turn 4. Taro, despite having a pretty damaged car, is going to try to still go at it between himself and Go, and it's going to be Antara ahead. He will be in third, looking for his first Hololive GT3 podium, and Nekobata Kai is his first Hololive GT3 podium since 2022. And now Shango's race is going to go from bad to worse as Rainbow Gonzalez has passed Alex Grant for 5th place. As you can see, Masarino now continues on the race as usual with a 15-second gap. Being very comfortable in that M4 right now. Meanwhile, we got Hofumi and Alson Tanneral trading blows between each other. Alson Tanneral trying to go into a position where he can attack Fumi once again, but right now Ataro has lost a second to Hofumi as they're now separated by 2.5 seconds. Masarida meanwhile is staying out as it stands. And as you can see here, that is Rimarzal trying to make a move against Shango. And you can see here the amount of contact that these drivers have made in this circuit, and the fact that we still have pretty decent racing already 7 laps in. It just shows you that the racing has been pretty good so far. Even if they want to say otherwise. Shango has been struggling big time at number 66. Did very well in qualifying. But is currently falling down in the race. More people tuning in. That is very much nice to see. Welcome everyone to the stream. Hope everyone is enjoying the race here in the Yeongnam 400 Zako series race. We're about to come in to 20% race distance here. In his own charge. Masarado now continues his fastest lap after fastest lap, 9:10.262. 19 seconds behind, 19 seconds ahead of Chemflummi, and there's already a pack of cars behind Shango right now. As Shango now continues to make his charge, Raymond Rosales now thinking of a move down the inside against Go. Right now, Rosales going to try again with a great exit off of turn 2 using the slipstream and the power advantage of that dishead to great effect. As you can see here, he's already going to see if he can peel it around the outside. Has to lift off there, has to think better off. And it's going to be Shango remaining in 5th place, but let's see if he might understeer his way out. And that's a poor exit there from the Aston Martin. That might just be what Raymond Rosales has been looking for. Raymond Rosales looking to get into 4th. It was the Hondas that showed up last round in Sepang, but right now it's the sole BMW and multiple other Nissans that will be rising up. As you can see here, Raymond Rosales has now moved up into 4th place. Next up, Alex Grant and Crystal Salman. Assuming this means Shango has been struggling big time right now. And right now we are just going to lap 8, and it's still pretty much a race to look forward to as Masarado now gets into a 2:10.593. Jeff Rohan now chasing Mohammed Cashew, who has understeered in the fast left-hander. I believe that was in turn 9. And now it's Shango going back up into 4 as we now get to see the first pit stop activities of the day. Raymond Rosales, Alex Grant, Crystal Salman. It looks like Hamid Ripa are also joining in as well as Lexi Bowen and Jake Goodwin. So first pit stop activities right here, and now also get to see Jeff Rohan also joining in as well to make a brief pit stop here. Alex Grant now the first driver to get out, as he was the first driver to come out. And then looking into Crystal Salman, who's been staying a bit further deep inside, so he's gonna have a pretty long pit stop. It looks to me that Salman will probably go long in this race. Other drivers will be going for a bit short. Either that or Crystal Salman has lost a lot of time in the pits. Could be either one of the two. Arizona Rio now into 14th place. Rohan down to 15. Kaczynski has technically gone up to 12 after essentially languishing at the back. Oh wait, he has already made a pit stop if I'm not mistaken, so Kaczynski is already in 12th. Salman not having the pit stop that he's looking for. He's now down to 13th. We're about in 8th right now, ahead of Goodwin and Deco. It still needs to beat the rest of the field. Maseraido has slowed down just a bit to 11.157. This is where he is right now. Now we are looking at Maseraido, who is running very comfortably here in the number 82 Todoroki Hajime Todoroki Hajime BMW, that is. Right now, Maseraido currently still on the charge. Skyline Gibbons now also comes into the pit. His nearest rival is currently Lexi Bowen, who's currently coming into the final few corners of the track right now. And right now, we are just going to see how it goes here, as we now get to see Bowen finally come to the final corner. Cal Gibbons should be ahead of Lexi Bowen, but Lexi Bowen is right here, and she's not that far away from Cal Gibbons. Looks like Kaminariba will be making a pass against Gibbons. Bowen's right here. Gibbons has made the earlier exit, and it's going to be Gibbons ahead of Bowen. Alex Grant currently in 6th place, Cashew 5th, and Taro doing very well in 3rd right now, has now caught up with Hofumi, as they are now going to essentially continue on as usual. Now Tanaro is going to be chasing Hofumi right now, trying to see if he can have a good exit. You can see here Tanaro didn't have a very good exit there onto turn 2, and they both essentially match each other right now. And as you can see here, Tanaro just continuing to make a charge for something. And as it stands right now, if Antara do finish 3rd in this race, then Antara will essentially hang on, let me just check here. He will be at most 6 points behind the championship leader, Crystal Salman. But since Maseraido is going to be winning this race, as it stands right now, Maseraido will have 375, and Taro will only have 194, and it looks to me that he will finish 2nd in the Hololive GT3 standings, Zako standings, that is. Anyways, Cashew now comes into the pits. He will be overtaken by multiple drivers. Now realizes also sustained front end damage. His opponent will be Crystal Salman right now, and Salman does have a very good exit. And it's going to be Cashew now down into 13th place right now. 10 laps complete. Maseraido still potentially needs to make a pit stop. We don't know about Fumi and Tanaro and when they will be making their pit stop. But Alright, there's no denying the fact that Masaraido has had an amazing race so far. Just progress after progress and after progress. Oof, skin is looking pretty tired right now. Anyways, Hofumi now coming into the pits as he now gets his car serviced right behind his fallen teammate. And right now, Fumi will be pretty clear of Alex Grant right now. Well, Grant has yet to make a pit stop. Rebel's also yet to make a pit stop, so you can go for Gibbons, Bowen. Gibbons has already made a pit stop. Bowen has. Rebel, I believe, already has as well, and he's done a good job to stay in 6th. And right now we're looking into Rippa, who's currently in 6th. Gibbons stays in 7th. Staying where they are right now. Gibbons is just going to soak up the pressure against Lexi Bowen in 8th. Right now, Antarao stays ahead in 2nd place. He will try to make the undercut strategy work. When Antarao can time this pit stop to perfection, then it will do him a lot of good, as Songo looks to get himself back into title contention, at least in the Zako series, given that they are no longer competing in the Suyo, as they have failed to qualify. Also, Antara will now be in 2nd place, only 150 points behind Masaraido. Still a never say never moment as Antara finally comes into the pit. It looks to me that he will take 2nd place. Only a lap of a difference, or that 2 laps of a difference there. The difference between Antara and Fumi's pit stop, I think it's actually just 1 lap. As here we see Hofumi trying to make his way into the final set of corners here, and Tanneral still having his car serviced. It's gonna be tight margins between the two, as both of them have been in a battle so far. Tanneral is still stationary. Fumi now comes into the final corner, and Tanneral is still stationary. Fumi into the final corners, and Tanneral finally gets moving. We'll take a look at where Hofumi is right now, because I think Alcin Tanneral might just be able to stay in 2nd place. And it's a decent exit there from Antero. And it's a decent exit from Antero. Antero having a great exit though. And right now it's going to be toe-to-toe between Antero. Antero might lose a position right now. But will Antero make a move down the inside? Yes, he will. He's peeling it down. He's going to go alongside. Forces Hofumi to go for defensive driving. Hits the curb there and turn her out, but great defensive move from Fumi to stay in 3rd place. Alex Grant, I believe, have or net to make a pit stop. Well, we have the re-class cars who have yet to make a pit stop. Every other JP class car have made a pit stop. So it looks to me that Alex Grant is in a serious position to take 5th place. Reba will be taking 6th place as it stands to finally open up his scoring. Callum Gibbons will also have a decent result, all things considered. Raymark Rosales, a for Chernoy Flair, will all finally get himself further up the standings. Back to the intervals, and it is a bit clear for everyone to to C of sorts. Right now we got Repa and Gibbons still on a charge. Raymond Gonzalez also trying to do what he can with a pretty damaged car. Alexi Bowen finally gets to score points in the Zako, but not by much. Jeff Rohan 10th. And then we got Raja Kaczynski, who is running in 11th and 12th place at the moment. Espresso Salman not having the race that he was looking for, starting in 7th. But now down like this is not looking good. He's lost 5 positions from that pit stop. We've got lots of drivers who have gained 3 positions, but we're going to be talking about Cameron and Riba, who have gained positions due to something like that. Oh, and speaking of which, here's lap cars. They came in pretty early, as we now get to see our Masaraido potentially losing his 47-second gap to Sean Go. Yes, I know that's pretty huge. If he isn't able to get past Rohan or makes a reckless move, then that's not going to do well for the Bancho, as he is going to go alongside Jeff Rohan, but continues to lose momentum. Ronnie outside once again. Oh, and that's contact between Rido and the wall, and that is gonna cause some issues further down the line. That may cause Masaraido some issues. He's gonna go down the inside against Jeff Rohan. Contact between the two, and again, more time being lost for the leader right now. Doesn't have the straight line speed, but he has the cornering speed. That's just how the BMW works at the moment. As Masaraido is going to go down the inside against Jeff Rohan, who is at least going to be scoring a single point. And oh, hits the curb way too hard. Might allow him to stay ahead. And even then, it's only matching, which just shows you how great Masaraido is having his race at the moment. Things go into him. Speaking of which, we still need to look into the final points positions, and Sergio Rio have now gone up to 13th place. 4th place is Mohamed Cashew, and then last place is Jeff Rohan. So Mohamed Cashew not having the best race so far. He's yet to crack the top 10, same goes for Rio and Damascus. Everyone else should be able to crack top 10 at least once. Masaraido would have already been in a position to be in it. And right now the gap's dropped down to 47 seconds, as he now is still gonna see if he can clear Hoshonorio in 13th place. Already cleared Mohamed Cashew. So we could be seeing Masaraido lose some time. Oh, and that is Masaraido having his line got messed up. And that's going to be another move into the wall there by Masaraido. You just wonder when it will be too much for Raido, as that's a hard hit into a wall. And now, against the Lexus RC-F, the BMW M4 should have the power to make the move down the inside. Still a bit too far back though. That's all about minimizing silly mistakes. Right now he has a massive cushion, 46 seconds. Haven't seen this level of dominance in a while. Just going to proceed with what we have right now. And right now we have Masaraido. still trying to chase Hoshizuna Rio. And Sanjara wants to try to make it a possibility that he will be inside the top 5 in the standings with an amazing run so far, ever since winning at Autopolis in the Autopolis 160-minute Split A race. And Tanaro has essentially become a reformed driver, and by reform I mean has finally broken through in the competition after years of trying and frustration. And now Tanaro is still chasing Hofumi, who is currently running in 3rd. And then there's also Alex Grant currently in 5th, Repa in 6th, Gibbons 7th. And there's Cal Gibbons under pressure from Raymond Gonzalez as he now peels down the inside at the back straight. Lots of time to deliberate on when to brake. And this is where they will be braking. Raymond Gonzalez now goes down the inside of Cal Gibbons, hits the curb for good measure. That will allow Cal Gibbons to have a better exit, and that will be Gibbons ahead. And right now we are checking out Raymond Gonzalez, who is still on a charge. We're just gonna check about things. Like there might be another news coming up, as there might be a reschedule of oh, here's Hofumi Masaraido coming into the pits, and here's where Hofumi is right now, and they are currently in the back straight right now, and they both have already pitted. Masaraido might need to take a bit of time to repair the damage. Speaking of which, Antanarao and Hofumi still go toe-to-toe between each other, as it has been so far this season. As you can see here, Tanarao is still trying to chase Hofumi. Masaraido still in the pits. Looks like he will be getting out as soon as possible, as they're now in the middle sector. So there's still lots of the lap to go as Masaraido gets overtaken. Wait a second. I just want to double check though. I think he might actually have crashed. So if you want to know what happened... Oh no! Oh no! I just realized he crashed! Oh, we apologize for missing this crucial thing, but it looks to me that Masaraido have actually crashed from the race lead! And that will make the championship go wide open, as here's what happened to Masaraido. Coming down the inside. Hits the curve way too hard, and that was a roll from Masaraido over on his roof. Oh my goodness! I thought he just made a regular pit stop. Whoops! I wasn't supposed to press that. Give me a second while I try to adjust the timing tower once again. Drama in Yeongnam, as we now have the championship leader crash out. Okay, meanwhile, as we're still waiting for the penalty, controls are locked to go away, which will have to take over 6 minutes. We're gonna have to adjust the screen as it is right now. Apologies if it has to look like this. But right now, the race has now become wide open between Shango, Hofumi, and Alton Tenarao. Cabaneriba might just get a top 5 after all, as we'll have to check back on the advancements so far in this race. Right now, Tenarao and Hofumi are in a dogfight between each other. Also, just to remind you that they have yet to pit, and Fumi and Tenarao have pitted, but they have a massive gap to Alex Grant. That just shows you that they are in the class of the field. Also, the flip came in very suddenly. That's why we haven't been able to catch. So again, we apologize if that's the case. But holy smokes, the race has now become wide open for the remaining drivers to take it. Will it be Hofumi, who might just be able to take a pretty solid win, all things considered, or will it be Hofumi ending a 3-year drought? And this also means that if Tenarao does finish in second, on which I might think that might be the case, because Hofumi is currently the leader right now, then it's still going to be Alton Tenarao, I believe. No, it's Hofumi. It's Hofumi who will be having the championship lead, and as it stands right now, Hofumi will be having the lead by 19 points over Alex Grant. Crystal Salman in second. Alright, Alex Grant second. Crystal Salman third. And right now we get to see Alton Tenarao having a decent exit though, but he has been able to close back onto Fumi. Go has yet to make a pit stop. I am just as gobsmacked as everyone else, as the Maserati essentially crashed from the lead. We were all pretty surprised, and the flip came in very, very quickly, and we didn't notice that there was actually a crash going on. So hang on, as we're also going to try to slightly adjust the time tower to have some spacing. Anyway, we got an overtaking move. That's Kaczynski and Goodwin. They're not going to go side by side. They exit turn 2. Both of them are going to go neck and neck. Jay Goodwin against Raja Kaczynski. Chris Zalman waiting in the wings. Oh, potentially 3 wide action here in Yeongnam, as we're now past the halfway stage of this race. Oh, gets very, very close there. Salman right now against Goodwin, and Shango is gonna go the way he is right now, but if he can manage his tires and essentially spend less time in the pits, then it might be a 3-4 race for the win, because right now the talk is either Go, Fumi, or Tenarao taking this win. And what a way to finally start the season for Shango in this regard. And Tenarao still currently behind Fumi right now. But right now the situation is if Fumi does win this race, I mean Antero does win this race, that Alex Grant will now be behind Antero by 6 points and Hofumi by 12. Alright, as it stands, Hofumi might actually finally end this win drought of over 2 years. You could argue 2.5 years, all things considered, when he last won in November of that year. And right now we are just checking at the moment. Right now we are just gonna see if there's anything to report here. Just wanted to check the this one. Let me just check. Right now we still have this two-way fight for the win here. And it's still Fumi ahead of Antero, and it's still and it's a interesting thing to look at. Looks to me that there might be some scheduling conflicts coming up for Kamen Reba, who is currently racing here in Yeongnam, and it is I believe a 5-hour ride from just wanted to check the thing here. See here, Antero still stuck behind Hofumi, but we're talking about other developments here. Raymar Gonzalez against Cal Gibbons going to go for round 2. Oh, they're going to go side by side, the two, Raymar Gonzalez and Cal Gibbons. Raymar Gonzalez has the outside line, Cal Gibbons has the inside line, but it looks to me that Raymar Gonzalez might just stay where he is right now. And right now we are just going to be checking if there's anything to report. And right now we are also going to be checking Roger Kaczynski's move against Lexi Bowen, if that is going to be the case. I think it looks to me that thing to report. By the way, there might just be possible that Reba essentially. Hang on, just it might only be a 2-hour delay or 3-hour delay, but I think we might be able to host the Mugello race on Sunday. So it's gonna be a interesting thing because we want to see Kamen River in Mugello. So as it stands right now, it's gonna be an interesting sight to report. Hang on. Just wanted to check on Antaro. Meanwhile, still chasing Hofumi. Oh, it looks to me that the thing has finally died down, so we are just going to close down here. So anyways, we are now still on lap 22 of this race here in this Zako series, this Yeongnam 400 Zako series race. We are just going to do some slight adjustments here. And we're gonna go off air for a while, so to enjoy this race so far, as we're also gonna see if they're able to catch Shango. Alright, so we are now looking into lap 23 of this race, and it's still a pretty feisty affair. Still, can't really tell, but we are going to check on Shango right now. And he does have 21 laps of field to go. Wait, 21 laps of field? That means he will be running until the end of this race. He is going to go for a no-stop strategy, Shango. And right now, Jeff Rohan is right here, and talk of lap cars might not be in the way, but I think Shango might just be able to have a fuel. I think he's gonna go for a fuel mileage race here, as Shango is gonna try to stretch the fuel right until the end of this race. He has not made a pit stop. There might be some damage onto the side of the car, but he sees no necessity to make a pit stop because right now, speaking of which, Shango is currently leading. And that is gonna throw a massive spanner in the works. Because right now, Aston Taro third, Hofumi second, and Shango in the lead. And as it stands right now, Shango will be up into fourth place. Salman third, Fumi second. Alex Grant will be taking this championship lead actually, with him finishing fourth, given that he's finished in fifth actually in the previous race. So already there is a massive swing for the Zako title, and if you love attrition here, only 16 points separate between Crystal Salman in third and Alex Grant in the race lead. Masarida was the guy who dominated this race in the first 15 laps of this race. But after the costly mistake that essentially sent him tumbling down, rolling over his side as he got launched, it is now gone in the hands of Shango, Hofumi, and also Taro. And better yet, Fumi has actually lost a lot of time to Shango. Shango has found pace in the middle of nowhere. We're just as gobsmacked as you are. By we, I mean just myself, but you get the point. Holy smokes, as we're now coming into 23 laps complete. Shango is going to try to bring home something for Regloss. It was Jake Martinez who won in Autopolis a few months ago. It's not going to be Shango who is going to be bringing home yet another win. It will be his first win in the Aston Martin era of Ichiro Ririkawa's machine. He's won on the Lexus equipment. He has mentioned that the Aston Martin performs pretty similarly to the Lexus cars. They were very amazing in the corners. And right now, Shango, with the amount of clean air that he has, he is gonna go at it. And he continues to pull away against the rest of the Nissans and the rest of the field. But right now, I would not consider myself to be home free as you still have lap cars, and even then you have to navigate around them in a way that doesn't flip your car. And Go actually has a pretty decent gap against the lap car as well of Rohan. And we are just gonna continue on with the amazing progress that we've seen from Shango. Essentially, in races, you gotta need to be in it to win it. And right now, we are just going to speaking of which, looking into the rest of the field here, Raymar Gonzalez stays in 6th, Bowen 8th. Tarao in 2nd still. I mean, among the Nissans, but still 3rd overall. We'll see if Tarao is able to make a move against Hofumi, as they are both equal in terms of tires. And right now, no one is separating between them and the rest of the field, as only Shango essentially separates Hofumi. Well, only Shango that separates between them and the race lead. And right now, the gaps just continue to be open. And still, Shango is pretty much ahead. We'll check the previous laps this time to see how they hold up. With 14 cars still remaining, the race has now, or the 12 laps remaining, the race has now finally calmed down. Fumi still staying in 2nd, Tarao 3rd. Looks to me that, the bit of an update here from Mugello, due to Kamen Riba racing here in this one. Well, there might actually be a decision to actually delay the stream of the Mugello Super Prix to we're here to delay the stream of the Mugello Super Prix to Sunday actually. And it looks to me that it might be a okay, and then looks to me that it will be a 2 p.m. Wait, no. It might be a 1 p.m. local time start, which may throw a spanner in the works in terms of scheduling, because looking into the schedule from the VTRP's end, which they will be hosting the Indy 500. So it is gonna be slim margins. It looks to me that a 1 p.m. start time for the reschedule to tomorrow might just be the way to go. Speaking of which, Hofumi still leading against the Tara. The gap's now opened up to 46 seconds. As far as last lap paces are concerned, it is still pretty much a mystery. Laps to go, and still lots to look out for. Checking at Raymar Gonzalez, who is chasing Kamen Riba for position. Same goes for Lexi Bowen, who is saw a man down in 11 after being inside the top 10. Will he be able to get back in there? That's something to look out for. 2:16.017 for Jeff Rohan. What strong goes response to 13.286, so he's gaining 3 seconds a lap over Jeff Rohan. So the race isn't exactly over just yet. There might be another flip, as we've seen before with... Oh, here's Gibbons and Bowen going side by side, and that's almost Gibbons. Oh, that's Gibbons being spun round, and that is his race over. You saw how that developed. He essentially went side by side, hit the curb, hit the side of Lexi Bowen, and that is going to be Calvin Gibbons out of the race. And that's going to give a lifeline to Mr. Salvan, who was out of the top 10, and he's now back in it. A massive, and by massive I mean absolutely massive, swing of fortunes for everyone else. Not so for Calvin Gibbons, who will go down in the foot of the standings as it stands. Another lackluster performance, as he is now officially confirmed to be retired. Shango is catching up to Jeff Rohan at a rate of not 3 seconds a lap. There was the difference in lap times between the two. And both Fumi and Taro have no response, and they're only sitting 2:14s and 2:15s. Making way across the Rhino, 15th, Gibbons 14th. Jeff Rohan stays 13th right now, as it is right here. And then 12th is Mohamed Cashew. Mochizono Rio will be in 11th, 10th place. Mochizono Rio will be in 11th, and then 10th place is Aski. No. Jay Goodwin is currently in 9th place. Just wanted to give a bit of an update. So we are just going to be checking about Ryder Calvin Gibbons, Jeff Rohan, Mohamed Cashew, Mochizono Rio, Mr. Salman inside the top 10, Jay Goodwin 9th, Kaczynski 8th, Lexi Bowen 7th, Raymond Gonzalez 6th, Reba 5th, Reba 5th, and then Grant 4th, and Harold currently 3rd, Fumi 2nd, and Shango taking the win. Just a surprise everyone is right now. As it stands, Alex Grant will still have the championship lead. Crystal Salman will actually have 2nd in the championship standings. I just wanted to update here. Speaking of which, Shango almost getting closer and closer. Well, he's getting closer and closer and has almost reached the back of Jeff Rohan, and this will be a test for him, or whether he can survive lap cars. Nantaro hasn't been able to catch up to Fumi. Once again, I'd like to remind you that nothing is separated Fumi from Shango, no lap cars right now, and even then, even if they are separated, the gaps will be too great for them to catch up by the end of the race. So right now, Antara will have to buck up and try to go ahead on the manual way. So just wanted to remind everyone to still under pressure from Alston Tanarau, who is currently under charge. now getting great exit though from that corner, and then we'll see if he's able to make a move down the inside. As there's no so far, Riba will probably grab a top 5 finish. So there will be a post coming up to confirm the rescheduling of the Mugello Super Prix. So it will be the Red Bull Ring. It will be the Red Bull Ring first for the Spielberg Super Prix, first for Split B, and then Split A with Kamne Riba and Co. Right now we still look at Chemflummi and Taro still chasing Fumi. But right now both of them have been able to separate themselves between each other. Shango have almost caught up to the back of Jeff Rohan. Now with about 7 laps to go. 2:15, 2:13, 2-second difference, and you can see it out. The difference is already over a second. So to me that the Shango might just be able to catch up on Rohan on the next lap. So we'll see if Shango is able to survive. And we are still taking a fair look here, as we still have a few more things to look into, as Shango goes into the back of Rohan. He might think of a bold move. Will it be rash? Calm and collected as they go. Shango is going to still pile on the pressure against Hofumi. I mean, he's already piled the pressure. The gap's already 49 seconds. Anyway, Shango now gonna see if he's able to pass Jeff Rohan for funsies, as the gap's already at 48 seconds. Will be the case on whether or not Shango is able to make it done. Here's Hofumi running in second. That's how far they are right now, over 3+ kilometers away between each other, I believe. Or is that just 2 kilometers? But anyways, Shango might start to grow impatient if things don't go his way, and he might think of making rash moves like hitting the curb way too hard and gifting the lead to Hofumi. But that might happen, but right now, as it stands, Jeff Rohan will stay on the lead lap. Shango currently still stuck behind. Shifting into turn 1 goes Go. He was able to catch up to Jeff Rohan. He's gonna go down the outside. He's gonna go down the inside. And it looks to me that he actually has a great exit, and he's gonna peel off of him. So it's gonna be Shango still in control. Haven't seen him win this dominant in a while too, given that he has only had 48-second gap with the rest of the field. And even then, he was faster than all the other JB class cars. With Maserati out of the equation, Shango is going to be at least taking this win. just wanted to check on a few more things here. And right now we still have a few more things to note here, as Cameron Ripa, Lexi Bowen have crossed the line. Remo Rosales has been able to catch up to Ripa right now. 6 laps to go, and well, it looks to me that the update is about to go live on Twitter about the scheduling of the Mugello SP. So we are just gonna do a slight update here. Just wanted to check here. Speaking of which, we have Alton Tara trying to go again at Fumi, but he's here coming into the final set of corners. Will it be good enough for Tara to make a move down the inside? Or will Tara try to sacrifice turn 1 for a better exit into turn 2? Because Tara is currently the fastest driver of the two, and 25 points separate between the two. And if Antaro does make the pass over over Fumi, then this would mean that it will be a massive swing, and that will mean Antaro will be in 3rd place rather than Fumi. But right now Fumi has been able to defend for all he can, so that has been just wanted to right. Hang on, just wanted to update a bit. Alright, update's gone live on Twitter, and we will also do some slight scheduling on our end as we will that, I guess. Yeah. But anyways, we still have much of this race to go. We still have Jose Rio now trying to catch up with Crystal Salman. That's a great exit there from Jose Rio to go alongside Crystal Salman. Salman will now go down to 11th. Looks like there were a pretty bad exit there from Salman to cause him to lose the top 10. Right now we are still taking a look so far, and right now he's been having a hard time saving the schedule so far on YouTube, but the news has already been reported on YouTube right now. So right now we are just going to officially post this onto just gonna go for the update. So we are gonna give this update, see if we can here's the update, also posted on Twitter just to be safe, because right now we have made the decision to reschedule the Mugello Super Ring from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Hang on, that. Alright, so the timing has now been changed. This will mean the Mugello Super Ring will be the second race of the Formula Hololive International season. And also, just to report everyone once again about the current situation that's going on here. It was Masaraido who led a lot of the laps in the start, but now is now gone to Shango after Masaraido essentially hit the curb and flipped his car onto its roof, trying to pass a lap car. And now Shango is controlling this race by 51 seconds. He hasn't had the pace to catch up. Alcantara just couldn't find the position for him to make an overtake. But right now, if Alcantara does make it to second, he is only going to be going out third due to Alex Rance's fourth place. And it will be Shishilami. It will be Shishilami 4 and 5. As a result, both have been struggling. Shango only have been sending 213s after 213s. That's the consistency that we're looking for from the Ishijo Ririka driver. 8 p.m. Japan time. Still trying to find a way past Hofumi, but there's just no proper response from him. Fumi has been able to defend for all he can. Congo has absolutely cleared Jeff Rohan. He's looking for Muhammad Cashew next. Alright, so let's update the standings as we speak. Shango, Fumi, and Tanarao, Grant Reba, Raymond Rosales, Bowen Kaczynski, Goodwin, Make That Hoshizano Rio, and Salman. And after that, Cashew, Rohan, and Gibbons being the last of the Cashew and Rohan being the last of the finishers. Gibbons and Rido may not be finishing this race, but they do retire in 14 and 15. Shango now 211, 688. This has been very unreal. It's also confirmed that everyone will qualify for the CO, while everyone in Zako will score points. And just to give a schedule update to everyone on the server. And yeah, I mean, to the penultimate lap of this race, Shango taking the scraps away from, taking essentially the entire meal away from Masaraido, is now going to be having his moment for himself. One Regal's car may be down, but the other can take its place. And that's what Shango is doing right now in the number 66 machine. He has had a pretty terrible start to the season. For his standards, he's had a very terrible qualifiers. But right now, he wants to make it right for basically the Regloss fans watching. He now has only a few corners left before he will start the final lap. Shango still on the chase here. The gap's now opened up to 55 seconds. This might be the most dominant Hololive GT3 win in history, and possibly the most dominant win in ARO period. With a 55-second gap over Fumi and Antarao. Meanwhile, Rich Kaczynski trying to go for a last lap lunge against Lexi Bowen, who had to borrow the helmet from Michael Turner. Anyways, final laps just started as Shango now crosses the line to start the final lap. representing the CEO, representing the president, who lives a large life. He wants to try to emulate the idea of leading the way, leading a company, leading the car to wins. But right now, there's still a long way to go on this final lap. Anything can still happen. Speaking of which, lap car is currently in front. And yes, Shango is catching up to them at a rate of knot on that V8 engine under the hood. Let's see what Shango can do against those lap cars. General's lost touch. He will at least be set to score on the podium for Nakamata Kayu for the first time in his Hololive GT3 career, and the first Nakamata Kayu podium since Sean Pauli did it back in 2022. It was a hard time for Insanarao in qualifiers. It was a hard time for the Okayu team, all things considered, throughout the whole period of qualifiers. Didn't score any points in qualifiers, but right now he is looking to see if he can make a comeback and a half. And we can confirm to you that the last podium was indeed back in 2022 when Sean Pauli did it. Alton Tanner will look to finally score on the podium for Nakamata Kai, but first of all, we're gonna have to welcome the president's driver, Shango, who has that in it to win it mentality to stay where he needs to be. If there is any incidents happening, then he will be there to take the scraps. Shango, with only 2 corners left, representing Ichijirika of Recos, is going to come down as an unlikely winner here in Hololive GT3 this 24-25 season. He wins the Yeongnam 400 Zako Series race. And what a gap that was. 57 seconds over Hofumi and Alton Taro. This has been very unreal. Speaking of which, Kaczynski trying to catch up to Lexi Bowen, but right now there's still nothing coming off of them. Hofumi, meanwhile, on the charge to grab himself a podium this season. It was a season that essentially came a begging for him. There was a clear-cut opportunity to qualify for the CEO back in the Fuji, and all the other races that come before him, but it's now coming into, and now his form finally coming to Zako, so it's a bit of a shame, but he'll take whatever he needs to take, as Hofumi will cross the line in second place for Tokino Sora, Alton Taro, and Nakamata Kayu. Welcome to the podium! First time since 2022, the podium streak has finally been broken in Hololive GT3 after the trials and tribulations of 2024, after a pretty mediocre 2023 season, and after another mediocre qualifiers in the 24-25 qualifier. Alton Taro can finally call himself a podium sitter in Hololive GT3. Congratulations to Alton Taro and Nakamata Kayu for making it work. Alex Grant will cross the line to confirm his status as the championship leader for Yuki Hanalami. Looks like 2022 has repeated itself somewhat, as now we get to see Alex Grant taking the championship lead in the Zako series. Reba will come home 5th to score his first points in the Zako with a first top 5 finish of the season. And after what he had suffered, this has got to be something that he will absolutely be enjoying. He now gets into the top 10 in the standings. Rosales 6th, Bowen 7th, Kaczynski 8th, Goodwin 9th, Rio 10th, Solomon 11th, Cashew 12th, Rohan 13th, and that will be your race results. Shango takes the win for Ichijo Ririka, Hofumi 2nd for Sora, and Alton Taro finishes 3rd for Nakamata Kai. He will be enjoying himself from that result, as he will now also get himself into the top 5 in car number 5. Alex Grant 4 for Lamy. The Botan car finishes 5th. Kamine Reba as the driver, as he will now get into the top 10 as well, as we also have tires as well. Remar Rosales 6th for Flair, 7th place Lexi Bowen for Noel, 8th place Kaczynski for Choco, 9th place Goodwin for Mio, and then 10th place Horizona Rio for Ayami. And then Kusama on the soft tire, apparently, for Aski. Will salvage 11th place. Cashier 12 for Watame. 13th place goes to Jeff Rohan, who does know how to speak Korean. In 13th place for Tokuyama Toa. And then Cal Gibbons, first retirement of this race, finishes 14th for Robocop. 15th place goes to Masaraido, who was in demand, or who was in complete control of this race until he flipped himself over. And he will take the final point. 16th place, Vlasa Damashnev for essentially Aki Rosenthal. And then last place is Sakaji Mikolaev for Sakura Miko. And with that being said, let's do not really have a time for replays, but we are just going to save the replay as it is right now. So we will be showing you the championship standings after 2 races in the Zako, and we are just going to be showing the spreadsheets right now to save time. So here's what the championship standings have looked like right now, and what a result it has been for Alex Grant. He has not won multiple races, but he has done what he needed to do to stay where he needs to be. Also, to continue to be in the championship lead. And also just wanted to check the rest of the field here. Hofumi has now trusted himself into 2nd place after that result. Alcantara not far behind. Asfalman not far behind, and 16 points behind. And then there's also the likes of Shango and Alcantara waiting in the wings inside the top 5. Only 50 points separates the top 5 drivers, so it's going to be pretty competitive Zako series run so far between the two. And then there's also Masaraido dropping down to 6. He was supposed to be up there by 375 points, but oh well. Mikolev 7th, Rohan 8th, Goodwin 9th. What about this whole Lexus car inside the top 10? Ray Marzal 11th, Leo 12th, and then we got a Lexus Galore 13th to 18th. Kaczynski to Cashew, which is going to be a worrying sign for the Team Lexus cars going forward. But we'll have to make updates later on. But whatever the case is, that should be it for today's stream. My name is Mama Shannon Reza in the commentary booth. And apologies again if we have to delay the Mugello Super Pre stream. This is because Kameraba is in Yeongnam right now, and we need him to race there. So the race is now delayed to 1 p.m. Central European time, 8 p.m. Japan time. So to tomorrow, by the way, not today, tomorrow. So hopefully everyone will still be able to tune in as well. And with that out of the way, that should be it for today's stream. My name is Mohamed in the commentary booth, and thank you for watching the Yeongnam 400 Zako Series race. We'll see you tomorrow for the CEO race. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you. Stay tuned.